Hey there, guys and gals. This is Barbie Figueroa with brandingwithbarbie.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching my video. And if you clicked on my video, then you're curious to learn more about what it really takes to build a affiliate program or network marketing program online. And I feel like a lot of people don't really talk about the harder stuff that goes on behind the scenes. So I thought, you know what? If it was me, I would like to know. So I'm just going to make this video for you, and I am going to be reading off my list. And by the way, I've learned a lot of things, and after working with so many different types of people from all over the world, but I boiled it down to the essential 7 lessons. So if you are trying to build your affiliate business or a network marketing business online that requires you to sign people up, and they all do, right? Then keep on watching, because I'm going to share from my perspective 7 lessons that I've learned after personally sponsoring 700 people myself. So with that being said, let's get started. Number 1, if you've never built a big team before, it's not going to be what you think it is. So there's this like romanticism of like, oh my gosh, I'm going to build a big team and I'm going to make all this money. You know, I don't know exactly what preconceptions everybody has, but it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. Okay. And I had struggled for years and years and years, as someone who struggles with like direct selling and approaching strangers. And I still do. I don't like to do any of that stuff. And so in my mind, I don't know exactly what I thought. I guess I thought it would just be really easier to sponsor people and I'd be making recurring income really, really fast. And it's not that way at all. So from the get-go, you have got to be committed to some sort of vision that you are going to see this through no matter what. Now, what I will tell you, based on my experience, I believe that the reason that this one specific time worked for me is because I did have a few things in alignment. And so, number 1, when I joined something just for the money, it never really worked, because there's 1,000,001 ways to make money online, right? But the thing is, if it's not connected to some sort of a passion or a purpose, it will fade. So if you lead with something that you're passionate about or that fulfills some sort of a purpose, right? Then, you know, the money is secondary. It'll just come. And so if you're looking around for business opportunities and you're just looking at face value, this one, you know, is going to make me a lot of money here. If that's the main motivating reason, you will run out of fuel. Now, not to say that there aren't people that do this and they make great money online. I'm just saying, for me, for my personal fulfillment, for my personal peace, for feeling good about what I'm doing, for enjoying what I'm doing and making money in the process, I had to align with something that like amplified my strengths, my gifts, my talents. And it did have a compensation plan and a business model that worked for me and the kind of lifestyle that I wanted. So there's 1,000,001 ways to make money online. If you align it with a purpose or a passion, you have a bigger chance of seeing it through, especially during the hard times, because there will be hard times in building a big team. There's gonna be hard times. It's not this romantic, oh, I'm just going to walk across the stage and it's going to be amazing. No, you have to get in the trenches and work. So until you actually do it, you really don't know. And hopefully by the end of this video, I will inspire you with enough truth that you'll be like, okay, well, I think I can do that. I'm going to do it. I'm going to give it my best. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not here to romanticize or get you to believe things that are, like a pipe dream. It does take work. So you have to have a committed vision going in. And the only way you're going to have a real committed vision is that you are aligned with something that it aligns with some sort of a passion or a purpose for you. Number 2, stop hunting for superstars, because you just don't know what people are going to do. You literally do not know what people are going to do. And when I first got started online, I made this big mistake. I used to go into forums. I had a high ticket program that I was aligned with. And I thought, well, if I go into forums and I approach these people that I perceive to be super successful, they're going to be great, because they're going to make me a lot of money. So I'm like, really, how crazy and selfish does that sound when you say it out loud? Think about it. We're dealing with people here, my friends. We're dealing with people who have backstories, who have families, who have goals, dreams, and they may not align with yours. So to me, it's kind of selfish to assume that because someone is successful here, that they'll automatically, be successful somewhere else. Sometimes people are successful where they're at because they're aligned with their strengths, gifts, and talents, and with an opportunity that is working for them. So for me to go into forums thinking, oh, this person, they're going to sign up for my thing. Why wouldn't they? They're going to make, $500 a pop. They already are into personal development. Why wouldn't they sign up? And that was a hard lesson I had to learn. And I will say a side note here, thankfully, because I had a first interaction with a guy who I approached thinking that he was going to help make me lots of money because he was someone who I perceived was successful. He turned around and he said, I respect your hustle, but that's not the way you approach things. Go back and learn about marketing. And I know that with your work ethic and the way that I would become a good marketer someday. And by the way, this is not to say that you can't approach people that you already have strong relationships with and say, hey, I'm about to do this thing. I don't know if this is going to be in line with you. Are you open or are you busy doing your own thing? That's what I would position it as. Like, if you're already doing something that you love, like, don't even worry about it. I just thought of you. I don't want to interfere in anything that you're doing already. That's different when you're approaching someone that you already have a really strong relationship with. There are just some people in your circle that you can just be like that. Hey, hey, I'm doing this thing, dude. Like, do you want to jump in with me or whatever? No, I'm too busy doing other things. Oh, okay, cool. But sometimes it's like, hey, I thought of you because it's this, and you've said that you like this. Do you think, you want to take a look at it? Yes. If they do, great. If they don't, no. I'm talking more so about going into groups and forums and observing people that you perceive to be successful, but you really don't have that relationship really with, and then asking them to drop what they're doing to sign up with your stuff or promote something that's going to get in the way with what they're doing. That's what I'm more so talking about. There's always a time and a place to go to your warm market, but you don't want to chase and convince them after they've said no. So I just wanted to add that in there. So don't go hunting for superstars because you just don't know what people are going to do. You'll be surprised that sometimes the quietest person, the person that you don't think is going to do something, the person that just came in to use the product becomes your biggest advocate. I'll never forget that there was a lady on my team, love her dearly. She wasn't even really like an affiliate marketer like that, but she loved the product and she brought in like 7 people one time. I was like, oh my God, didn't see that coming. You won't see it coming. So don't chase superstars. Instead of trying to chase superstars, just control what you can control. And that is planting seeds of value and creating value in the marketplace and creating content that helps people. And then let the chips fall where they may. Okay. So number 3 kind of goes into what I just kind of mentioned in my second one, which is dedicated, loyal customers will create the long-term walk-away type of income, believe it or not. The people who absolutely love the product are the ones that will build roots and stay. So you'd be surprised to find out that a lot of the people that come in just for the opportunity, if they get bored with an opportunity or there's a shinier opportunity that comes through, they might leave for that shinier opportunity. And that is okay. Everyone has the right to do whatever they're feeling compelled to do. And it has nothing to do with you. That's another thing. Don't take it personal if people quit or if they go off to something else. The way that I see it is you love them anyway. You had an opportunity to connect with that person for a short period of time or a long period of time. And when they're gone, it was because it was their time to go. And that is it. So don't build your whole business. Don't hang your whole entire future on one person or 2 people who you think are going to make you a lot of money, because that's just not reality. People have lives. The people, like I said, they have dreams, goals, and sometimes what you're doing no longer aligns with them and they go, and that's okay. Just you have to focus on the things that you can control. So you have to build your business in a smart way so that when those things happen, you have other things going on in the background that will lessen the blow if someone leaves that was a superstar when they came in, sponsored a bunch of people, and then they stopped sponsoring people. It just is what it is, and it's all okay. It's all okay. My philosophy was you love them anyway. You love them anyway because you never know. 3 years down the line, you change companies. It's kind of like, have you ever heard those stories where people were like high school sweethearts? They're separated for years and years and years, and then all of a sudden they meet again. 10 years later, they're both single, and it's like, oh my gosh, now the time is right. So that happens in these type of businesses as well. You just never know. And just because they move somewhere else, okay, doesn't mean that you can't do business in other ways. So if you're affiliated with, let's say, a tool or some sort of training course or something like that that can help that person build in their new place, you can still sell it to them. So it's about thinking about the bigger picture and not getting so focused on that one thing. But customers that build roots, that love the product, that's where your real recurring income will come from the long term. I learned that from Danny Johnson, who's huge in network marketing. She's a network marketing trainer, and I never really understood it until I experienced it myself. If people love the product and they absolutely love the product, they will be lifers. They will stay. Those are the people that really you want to bring in, I think. But, tell me what you think in the comments. All right, number 4, people will quit. I already talked a little bit about that, but you can love them anyways. Like I just said, the relationship is what's most important. I've had people that have gone on to other, companies or businesses or whatever, and I'm like, it's okay. I love you anyway. The goal is, we have to remember that we're working with people. We have to remember that you have to get your mind off the dollar bill. You got to get your mind off of it and see every click, every link, every analytic as a person with a goal, with a dream, with something that they want to do. And sometimes what you're doing is no longer relevant to them. And that's okay. But you make them feel better than when they met you, because the relationship is what's value. You know where they say your net worth is your network? It's like that. The network is more important than the opportunity. Opportunities come and go. Money comes and goes. But the relationships that we build with people along the way, that, my friend, is where the real gold is. That is priceless. Number 5, you will fight attrition. You will fight attrition, which is like leaky bucket syndrome. Okay. So what is leaky bucket syndrome? Leaky bucket syndrome is when there's a bucket and it's got a bunch of holes in it and the water starts to, it starts to come out. So what that means in a business where you're sponsoring people is you will sign up 5 and then 2 quit. And then you'll get 3 to replace them, and then another one will quit. And then you're constantly replacing the people that left. And so it just is what it is. That's the thing. It just is what it is. I used to get upset when people quit. I used to be, whatever. I've seen people that literally blast people for quitting. And you don't know if that person found something that was more aligned with them. You don't know if that person felt like, I don't know. It is what it is. It is what it is. So the thing is, though, is to build the business in a way that you're working smart and that you have like auxiliary income streams that are picking up if that person leaves. You know what I'm saying? Or you have ways to create cash flow in your business that if a few people quit, it's not going to completely destroy you. And another thing is, that's another reason why, I prefer like affiliate 2-tier type of stuff. And I love software as a service because you don't have that real pressure to like maintain your rank or you're going to lose this or that. You know what I'm saying? Like all companies are different. Some people do have some, qualifications in place, but for the most part, it isn't that constant stress when someone quits because now it's like, oh my gosh, I'm going to lose my rank. I'm going to lose my title. If by the end of the month, I don't get these people in because now these people quit and what am I going to do? And oh my God, that is so stressful. So it's kind of like, things are what they are. It is what it is. And if they quit, eventually you replace them, or you have an income stream to soften the blow so that it's not the end of the world. Number 6, you cannot control who signs up. You just cannot control who signs up. So since you can't control who signs up, when they sign up, this is a great reason to then not chase, convince, harass people, continue to and I know that, listen, I am different in the way that I build my business. There's people that, they live by the Rolodex and following up with people and all these things, and that's great. Okay. I'm saying if you're anything like me, let the chips fall where they may. People will sign up when they're ready. When you plant a seed in the ground, I kind of look at it like that. When you plant a seed in the ground, you plant the seed, you nurture, you water, the sun, let it do its thing. And when that plant is ready to sprout out of the ground, it will. It's not going to do it faster because you wanted it to. It's not going to do it any slower because you wanted it to. It will do what it will do. And that's it. I like to say that leads are like popcorn. Leads are like popcorn. And sometimes there's like 3 types of popcorn. If you ever looked at the bottom of the bag, you popped a bag of popcorn, you know that there's 3 types of popcorn. There is the one that pops and it's fluffy and it's ready and I want to join. I am so ready. Let's do this. Right? And then there's the one that kind of sort of pops, but not really. So there's still this like hard skin around it. And it's like, it's not really enjoyable to eat. It's not ready yet. So you throw it back in the bag, right? And then at the bottom of the bag, you're going to have some seeds that never popped. They never popped and they never will. And we have to be okay with that. We just have to be okay with that. So there's no amount of chasing, convincing, or any of that stuff that's going to help that person. And then what happens is we do eventually convince people to join us. That's where buyer's remorse comes in. So I'm like all about just letting people choose and do the things that they want to when it's right for them. So the only thing that we can control is ourselves. How many seeds do we plant? How many videos are we making? How many emails are we sending out? How many blog posts are we writing? How much value are we putting into the marketplace? That is the only thing that we can control. So that's why I have systems in place that do the rest of the telling, selling, sorting, prospecting, closing for me when I'm not online, because I never know when the popcorn is going to pop. I don't know. So as long as I have people on my email list, and as long as people are visiting my website, going through my funnels, then they will sign up when they're ready. They will maybe be in this, they're not sure yet, or they will never be ready and they will never sign up. Or they might pop 2 years later. You just don't know. So let the chips fall where they may. You can't control the uncontrollables. You can only control your actions. And so don't worry about it. So you can't control who signs up. So don't try to control that. Just don't try to control that. And number 7, you will have to learn how to deal with difficult people. There will be difficult people, but here is what I've learned about dealing with difficult people. In the beginning, it was a struggle. And I had this struggle when I was doing design work and when I was doing, building teams and stuff like that, is dealing with people that are, everyone comes from a different walk of life, right? And so you don't know what you're going to come across. And before, I used to say to myself, oh my gosh, like, how do I deal with a person that's difficult? And then I reframed it as, thank you, Lord, for giving me the opportunity to grow as a person, as a leader, in dealing with difficult people. Now, I'm not to say that you're going to take any like abuse, or if people are like, mean to you or disrespectful. I'm not saying that, but there are going to be different personalities in your team. There's going to be different personalities. And so our job as leaders is to see that as an opportunity to grow. Like in the workplace, you would probably just be like, whatever, mean or complain or whatever. And in a people type of business, like, sponsoring people and stuff like that, it is an opportunity to grow. So I've recommended these books, Personality Plus by Florence Littauer, that teaches you how to understand other people by understanding yourself. So the better we get with people and the more we are understanding with people, then the better leader we're going to be. And then, of course, the Bible, because the Bible teaches us how to be with people, and, I mean, sometimes you got to flip a table, but you can still do it in a way where it's respectful, it's firm, but it is still, kind without having to do things like blast people online or anything. We don't have to do those things. But anyway, that is it. And then I'll give you a bonus, because if you're still here after 20 minutes, then I'm going to give you a bonus. And so your business will only grow to the level that you grow. So this is the cool thing, is that as long as we're open to take full responsibility for our businesses, then we're always going to be at an advantage, because we can always do something about improving ourselves. Our business is a reflection of who we are as people. And boy, oh boy, if you want to really, really see that for real, then start building a business and start seeing the kind of people that you're signing up. Start seeing how you react to when things go wrong or didn't pan out the way that you expected, or if someone throws a monkey wrench into. And when we see how we react to it, it's like, whoa, it's humbling. It's humbling. So it's an incredible opportunity to grow as people. And if you're willing to go through all that and just be okay with whatever happens, knowing that all we have to do is look at the person in the mirror for the solution to the problem, then we're good. We're good. So anyway, those are the 7 things that I would actually share on YouTube. I've learned a lot of other things, but those are the 7 main ones that I was inspired to share with you today. So hopefully that helps you. It is a beautiful experience to commit to working with people and signing people up into a business opportunity or a long-term recurring income kind of deal. It is very rewarding, especially when you sign up people that are a lot like you. And that is just one of the things that I've tried to do in my business. That is to set up systems that will keep working for me when I'm not online. And I set up systems that attract the people that I actually want to work with, because the more people that you attract that are like you, that they already get you, that they like your personality, they just like who you are and the way that you show up, those are the most fun people to work with. Those are the people that you're going to enjoy working with, which is why I rather position myself to attract people rather than chase people, because when we chase people, it's kind of like, you don't want to drag people into a business. You want them to come freely, and that's when it's most fun. So if you want to learn how to build your business that way, then I highly encourage you to check out my free 5-day How to Sell Without Selling challenge over at risebrandingacademy.com. Check it out. I dive deeper into how you can attract leads, sales, and signups by just showing up as you, adding some value to the marketplace, and setting up systems that support this whole process. So if you want to learn how to do that too in your business, then go ahead and check out my 5-day How to Sell Without Selling challenge at risebrandingacademy.com. All right, guys and gals. Well, hopefully this video helped you. Hopefully it motivated you and inspired you. If it did, please go ahead and like this video and subscribe to my channel, and make sure to hit that notification bell if you want to be alerted the next time that I upload a video to my YouTube channel. I was thinking, I also want to tell them that I'm going to be doing some more videos about setting up your systems and all that stuff. So make sure to stay tuned if you want to see more of those kind of videos as well. I got a lot of content coming up. So if you want to stay tuned, go ahead and click that notification bell so that you're alerted when I upload. All right, guys and gals. Well, again, this has been Barbie Figueroa with brandingwithbarbie.com. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.